Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is OBSY. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. So today we're going to be talking about something pretty interesting, and by the title of this video you already know. One quick question I would like to ask you guys: have you ever smelled a perfume before and thought, this smells very expensive, this smells very luxurious? And have you also smelled another perfume and you just felt, oh, this smells very cheap and very flat? There are certain reasons as to why a perfume smells expensive and why perfumes smell cheap. Now, I want to also correct another notion, which is some expensive perfumes in price might not actually smell expensive, while some very affordable or so-called cheap perfumes in price might actually smell expensive. So this video is here to educate you on why these actually happens. So stay tuned and please make sure you subscribe if you have not subscribed to my channel. Follow me on all my social media handles. I'm going to leave everything on the screen and even in the description box. So the first factor, which is actually the most important but usually misunderstood, is the ingredients. I'm sure we all know that the ingredients of perfumes or the ingredients used in making perfumes can be pretty expensive. So houses like Amouage use higher end ingredients. Sometimes they extract it and the extraction can be pretty expensive. Notes like rose absolute or sandalwood can be very expensive to extract, and they run in hundreds and thousands per kilogram. So you can see why they actually make the fragrance expensive or even smell expensive. Sometimes they also use aroma chemicals that are refined properly, because it's one thing to use ingredients but another thing for you to be refined properly. So like this particular perfume, Amouage Purpose 50, they usually use higher end ingredients, they use refined chemicals, and that notwithstanding, they also use experienced perfumers, because the ingredients alone cannot guarantee that the perfume is going to smell expensive. Don't be surprised if this perfume is $500 or £500. It's because of the amount of quality that has been infused into this perfume. Purpose 50 was made by Quentin Bish. I hope I'm getting the name right. From the longevity, the performance of this fragrance, you would understand why this is a pretty expensive perfume. So like I said, ingredients alone do not qualify for the expensive nature of a particular fragrance. There are other factors that come into play to make it a cohesive one: balance and smoothness. Apart from the higher end ingredients or the natural ingredients or expensive ingredients that will be used in the fragrance, it is really important that the ingredients are blended to perfection. They are smooth and well balanced. Think of it like music, for instance, an orchestra. The reason why you would enjoy an orchestra is because it's very harmonious and very balanced, and of course music to your ears, as the name implies. But where there's noise and it's very distorting sometimes, it's the same way in perfumery. The higher quality fragrances smell very seamlessly. The transition feels very natural. It doesn't feel forced. It's not sharp. It blends very smoothly. Unlike the cheaper perfumes or the more affordable perfumes, sometimes the opening can be very sharp. It can be very medicinal or a bit screechy, because it is not balanced or blended properly. That is where the art and the skill of the perfumer comes into play. So it's one thing to have higher end ingredients, it's another thing to be able to blend them together. Houses like Frédéric Malle, which I'm showing you here, this is Musgrave. I mean, there are other niche houses that actually are perfect at blending the fragrances. This particular one is blended to perfection. Even the Portrait of a Lady, Promise, can be very loud and very strong, but then it's easy to wear still because it transitions very naturally on your skin. It doesn't feel harsh. So like Purpose 50 and Musgrave, or even Promise or Portrait of a Lady, they are bespoke fragrances. I mean, Musk isn't a bespoke fragrance, but they are pretty, strong and high projecting fragrances, but it is not distorting, or should I say it's not off-putting, because it is well blended and very refined. That is where the skill of the perfumer comes into play. You need to engage an experienced perfumer to be able to get that balance and smooth feel of a fragrance. Alright, so another reason why perfumes smell expensive is because of the density and the composition. So a lot of higher end fragrances or niche fragrances smell expensive, fuller, richer. They smell like they have a lot of depth to it. For instance, this is Crush on Me from Unique Luxury. Crush on Me is a patchouli caramel fragrance. Of course, there are other notes in here. Even though the patchouli in this particular fragrance is very strong, this is a bismuth scent, it is still not off-putting because the caramel in there smoothens it out. There's still some sweetness that is infused in here, which makes it a little easier to wear. This smells like Vetus, soap actually from Vetus, and the difference between both of them is that this has caramel and that doesn't. So you can definitely tell the difference just by how they are blended. You can feel the weight and the richness of the fragrance. You can definitely tell that this is a high quality fragrance because it is fuller, it is richer. This is where the craftsmanship comes into play. It becomes a complex fragrance. If not blended properly, it can go so wrong, like so wrong. If this wasn't done right, I don't think anybody would be wearing this particular fragrance. Yeah, so there are other houses that actually have the same nature, even Frédéric Malle, so many other houses. I'm just using UK Luxury as an example, just to explain how the complexity and the composition of a fragrance matters in a high-end fragrance to make it smell luxurious and expensive. One of the clearest signs of a high-end fragrance is the evolution. The evolution and the transition of the fragrance on your skin or even on your clothes. Basically how the fragrance dries down, for lack of a better word. Now this is where the perfumer's skill also comes into play. There are some fragrances that you smell one note from beginning to the end. I mean, we all know what makes up a fragrance. We have the top note, we have the heart note, and we also have the base note. The top notes appear first within the first few seconds or the first few minutes, and then the heart note goes into like maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour, and then the base note goes way longer. This is where like the sillage comes from because of the grounding note. But yeah, that's called the fragrance pyramid. So the fragrance pyramid of a fragrance actually determines the evolution, and this is how the perfumer, basically the direction the perfumer wants the perfume to go. And so if a perfumer doesn't blend the fragrance properly or doesn't blend the ingredients properly, it's not going to project or it's not going to come out the way it's supposed to. For instance, if the top note has the citrusy note and then the base note has like the woody note, if it's not blended properly, you might still be getting the citruses even in the base. You might not really get the character of the fragrance if it's not done properly. Now, notwithstanding, there are also some perfumes that are intentionally made to smell linear. I'm not saying those fragrances are bad, but it all depends on the direction the perfumer wants to go for the particular fragrance. But the beauty of high ingredient fragrance, or should I say the beauty of expensive or luxurious fragrances, is in the evolution and how it transitions. Let's use Frédéric Malle Promise as an example. So in the opening of Promise, you get the burst of apple, it now transitions into the rose, the floral, and then you get the cypriol oil in the base, which gives it that animalic feel. Now, what you smell in the opening is not what you smell hours later. The dry down of Promise is completely different from what it smells like in the beginning, and that's the beauty of a luxurious or an expensive fragrance. The fact that it can transition and you can get different facets of the fragrance. The notes start coming in or start projecting gradually as time goes. New notes are appearing and the composition still stays balanced throughout. Nothing feels screechy, it's still very smooth. The beauty of fragrance is that it smells differently on people's skin. So how it's going to smell on my skin might be different from how it's going to smell on your skin. But one thing is constant is that it does not smell screechy. The interaction between the fragrance and your skin just determines what the projection of the scent profile is going to be, and that might influence whether you like the fragrance or not. So it is very important that an expensive fragrance has that transition, has that evolution, because it gives the fragrance character. Crystal saffron has a very strong saffron note in there, but as it dries down, you can definitely get some extra things going on there. I'm going to leave all the notes on the screen. The dominant note in this particular fragrance is saffron. Matiere Premiere actually plays with high quality ingredients. This is a pretty expensive fragrance, but still not even as expensive as you would even think. It's a very high quality, luxurious fragrance. Very long lasting. Smells incredible. This will earn you tons of compliments. Another fragrance I wanted to show you guys here is Voyage Imaginaire Comonga. This is also a house that uses high quality ingredients, all natural ingredients actually, and that's why it's pretty expensive. If you know that if a house is using only natural ingredients, it means that they're extracting it naturally. One of the fragrances I love from this house is called Immortel. It's also a very stunning fragrance. This one is a very sweet, musky, calm, minimal projection, but this is a good compliment getter. This is not your bismuth scent. This is just a warm, cozy fragrance. You can see the dents. I always wear this either to bed or just to lounge in the house. Absolute stunner. I really love. That's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget that for a fragrance to smell expensive or luxurious, it has to have high quality ingredients, it has to be balanced and smooth to perfection, it has to feel rich, full of density, and full of character, and it also has to evolve and transition smoothly on your skin. So yeah, that concludes my video for you guys. Don't forget that an expensive or luxurious smelling fragrance might actually be pretty affordable, so the price does not really determine how expensive or how luxurious it smells, but higher chances that it will be expensive in price because of the prices of the ingredients that are used to make the perfumes. And of course, the experienced perfumer, the skilled perfumers that make these fragrances also influence the price of the perfumes. So that concludes my video for you guys. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and let me know, what fragrances do you consider smell expensive, or do you consider to smell cheap? What expensive fragrance do you think smells cheap, and what affordable fragrance do you think smells expensive? Let's discuss in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you're new to my channel, please do not leave without hitting the subscribe button. Make sure you like the video, share it to your friends and your family, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.